This is Don DeBartolo, a senior commodities broker and market strategist with Daniels Trading in Chicago. I'm also the trader behind the Trade Spotlight advisory service. Trade Spotlight's broken up into three segments: Trade Spotlight Futures, Trade Spotlight Commodity Options, and Trade Spotlight Future Spreads. This is Beyond the Spotlight, a video that will highlight two or three markets that may become trading opportunities for this week. This week begins with Monday, April 20th, 2020. Please pause the video now and read the disclosures to understand the risks involved with futures and commodity options trading. Here's a snapshot of what the advisory service looks like. It's an email service directly into the email address you provide. You'll have a timestamp so you know when the trade recommendation is sent out, a write-up of the trade recommendation, the precise entry and exit orders, so you know the risk-reward parameters for each trade recommendation, any pertinent information like margin requirements or expiration dates, and a chart to take a look at the trade recommendation. All right, let's jump into our first chart today. This is the June 2020 natural gas contract. So I like natural gas to the upside. I already had an order to buy natural gas, which we were stopped out on this pullback here that made a new 12-month contract low. That low was 16.49 from April 2nd. But you can see then after that, market rallied all the way up to the 200 even, 2,000 even price level, pulled back a bit. This was a bar of indecision, another little pullback, and it's heading back up. So I'm looking to go long this contract on a breakout of these pivot points high here. That highest one being 2007 from April 8th. So I would like to buy on a break of that session high. You can see the 20-day moving average is pointed up. This is the 50-day moving average here. A crossover of these two moving averages would be a bullish signal. Looking at the MACD, the trend is up and building strongly to the upside, and it already has strong upside momentum. This is the MACD indicator. So looking to go long on a break of this pivot point high. Upside target could be the 200-day moving average at 2194. That's also potentially a resistance level. Some of these session lows back in here when the market was trading sideways before the sell-off. So looking to about the 2200 price level. On a breakout of 2000, you're looking at a 200-point profit potential or $2,000. The risk side, though, a little more difficult. We've got some big trading ranges here. So with the stop loss, we can maybe look to go below the 50-day moving average or below the 20-day moving average. Though right there, that's 1811. You're looking at a risk of just under 200 points or $2,000 on the contract. We could look at the mini contract as well, or look at the options market to go long the June 2020 natural gas. The second chart is of the July 2020 soybean oil futures contract. Had a working order in this market and revised it last week to sell on a break of this pivot point low. Originally was looking for a break of this pivot point low, but the market traded a little bit higher, leveled off, and is starting to sell off again. You can see there's strong downside momentum. This is the stochastic indicator. The MACD, a trend indicator, is showing that it's turning to a downtrend. So this is an active order. Very good possibility that it's filled Sunday night, Monday, April 20th, so we could be in this position pretty quickly. The stop loss is above these session highs here. I've got the stop working at 28.20. That's a risk of $960 on the trade. The target is down at 22.60. It's a wave projection, so you can see I've drawn off these waves that have occurred in the market, looking for a fourth wave, again down to the 22.60 level, potential profit of $2,400 on this trade. Again, active order, so check the Trade Spotlight emails. You should see this order that we're working. Okay, and the third and last chart for today is the July 2020 sugar, or zucchero. I'm trying to learn Italian during the quarantine here to kill some time. So July 2020 sugar, looking to go long this market actually. You can see the MACD, this is a trend indicator, is starting to angle up. And the stochastics indicator, this is a momentum indicator, is starting to hook up as well. We just had a 12-month contract low put in. That was 10:05, April 1st. I thought that was the beginning of a head and shoulders formation, inverted head and shoulders formation, with the left shoulder being this pivot point low here. But we haven't really formed a right shoulder yet, so potentially the market could break this pivot point high, trade up into the 11 to 1140 range, and then pull back once more. So if we do go long on a break of this pivot point high, we'll trail a stop fairly quickly and aggressively because the market may pull back. But as long as the trend and the momentum are in our favor, perhaps that won't be the case, that they won't set up another shoulder and the market continues higher. If it does, I like a target towards the 50% Fibonacci retracement of the big sell-off here, which puts it at 1256. That would potentially be the upside target. Stop loss would go below the 12-month contract low at 10.05, maybe on the other side of 998, 997, just to give the market a little bit of breathing room from that 12-month contract low. I like that the 20-day moving average is here as well. That price is 10.59 because I also wouldn't want to buy the contract until that 20-day moving average was broken. So potentially we may go long the July sugar contract early this week. If you have any questions about the charts I discussed today or markets in general, feel free to call me directly or on the cell or toll free. You can also email me at tradespotlight@danielstrading.com. If you are not a subscriber yet and you want to learn more or subscribe, you go to the Daniels Trading webpage at www.danielstrading.com. Click on the Advisories tab, and then under Technical Analysis, you'll find the Trade Spotlight. Click on the page, you can read more, see some recent posts, and subscribe. It is a free resource to clients of mine. If you're not a client, I do offer a free 90-day trial. So give it a look. And thanks for taking time to listen. I hope you have a few new markets now you can look at this week that become trading opportunities. I sure am looking at these markets. Stay safe out there. I wish only the best for you, your family, and friends, and happy trading.